Hallo, wir essen heute im Biergarten in EPCOT. Ich bin Craig, and today I'm joined alongside by Rhino and Erica. I am really struggling to remember any German, and I'm pretty sure I just butchered that. I was hoping that one of the cast members that's right off to the side would have heard it and been like, oh, no, you've got to work on that a little bit more. But that'll be the last German I speak today, unless there's any little cards that explain everything that I'm saying, because yeah, man, it's been a long time since college and learning German. But hi, it's Craig. Again, you know who I'm here with. Today we are dining at Biergarten at the Germany Pavilion in EPCOT. And it's been a while since all of us have been here. It's a buffet, so we are ready to get stuffed on German food. Is it super authentic? We'll have to find out. Is it going to taste good? We'll have to find out. Are we going to walk away enjoying this? Well, I think they'll probably roll us away because it's a buffet. We're going to eat a lot, but I'm really looking forward to this. Before we get inside, I want to remind you this is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. If you like us, you want to support us, book a vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel. It costs you no extra money. You get the support of an awesome Dreams Unlimited Travel agent. So head over to dreamsunlimitedtravel.com today for a free, no obligation quote. Now, we're going to head over to Biergarten. I'm going to try not to offend any other people out there who speak German in the future. And we are going to see what this is all about. Let's go eat.
Du kannst nicht treu sein, nein, nein, das kannst du nicht, denn auch dein Mund will wahre Liebe verstrickt in deinem Herzen, hast du für viele Platz, darum bist du auch nie verliebt, der ewige Schatz. Everyone, let's clap along, Giggles. Oh, come on, Ty, a little faster. Let's speed them up.
We sat, we ate, Erica whined, we beered, there was entertainment, food, I'm full. And now I'll tell you about the restaurant. So here's the thing. Obviously, you may or may not know this. I don't know why I said the word obviously, I apologize. But for your information, Biergarten here is a buffet. And it's broken up into several sections. And if you have any sort of allergy issues or anything like that, they give you one of those handy dandy sheets that we've been coming across more and more lately, which I think are absolutely wonderful because it's got all the food kind of on here. And so up here at the Biergarten serving areas, you're going to find different sections like a salad bar, there's a hot soup area, there's entrees, there's obviously we've got kids selections, there's a whole smorgasbord of desserts up there as well, and then available on request they have some gluten-friendly rolls, dairy-free butter, plant-based bratwurst, and then some allergy-friendly desserts and things like that. So lots of food, which kind of interesting to me so far is that we did, if you've been following this channel for a little while, you'll see that not long ago we did a Hollywood and Vine dining review, and that was a buffet, and that had like a ton of choices. And walking in and looking at the buffet here, it seemed to me like, oh, there's not really as much options. But I have to tell you, I feel like I put every single one of those food items on my plate. So I would argue there is no shortage of food here. And if anything, I want more. But I'm like, I can't. I got to walk out of this park. So you want me to go over some of my highlights here right now? I feel like this is a good time to do that. So I took a couple pictures. Honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest. There wasn't really anything that I actively disliked whatsoever. I feel like I made some good choices. Here's the thing. I made a joke about the salad bar because there's a lot of meat, a lot of potatoes here. And I was like, who's going to waste time on a salad? And I did. And there is a delicious mustard dressing up here that if that was available for bottles, like in bottles to go on the way out, I would buy one for sure because it was so good, so good. So I really, really enjoyed that. I thought there was a potato salad up there not potato salad, sorry. The macaroni salad. I thought that was really good too. I'm a sucker for a macaroni salad, and I like all the different varieties of it. I feel like I in older years of my life, and hopefully I'll be invited to more cookouts, probably not, but I want to be able to be one of those like connoisseurs of potato salads. And this one was good. I feel like it had a little hint of that mustard dressing in it. Like there was that slightest bit of sort of tanginess to it.
Je ne sais quoi.
The je ne sais quoi. This is a German restaurant, not French. I also, which is not normally my thing, I got the cheese and beer soup because up at the bread area, let's be honest, I tried everything, I'm telling you my favorites. So I got the beer cheese soup because there were pretzel rolls, and I was like, oh, heck yes, I'm gonna grab one of those pretzel rolls and dip it in this cheese soup. I think that is a must do. Here's my suggestion though, because I was already panicked at the buffet. You gotta pace yourself. Get smaller portions, and remember, you can come back up. We can keep going up. So I just kind of kept doing that. I really enjoyed, there was a German sausage platter that was up there. It had two types of sausage on it. I'm not sure which was which. One looked almost like a kielbasa, but I know that's a Polish sausage. And then the other one looked more like a traditional, what you think of when you see sausage. But there was like this plate of sauerkraut right in the middle there. And I love sauerkraut, so I thought that with the sausage was really good. Eric, under Erica's bequest, I went up and I tried the chicken as well, which was like heavily seasoned, lots of pepper. It's like spicy without being spicy, you know what I mean? And then our server said that his favorite on the menu that I think he said was
Salmon.
Like authentic though, did he use that word? He used that word a bunch, but
For the beer.
For the beer and for the one of the desserts. But he said he liked it's a seasonal fish with vinaigrette, fish with vinaigrette. I regret ever doing that. It was a salmon, and it was, sometimes I worry about buffet salmons, but I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was good. There was a lot of dill on it, but I felt like it came through with more of like a lemony, sort of light and bright flavoring to it. So I didn't mind that. I enjoyed his suggestions. I thought the meatballs were very good. I really, really enjoyed those. I don't know really how to describe them. Erica thought maybe there's cheese in them because if they're on this meatball, I don't see it on this one. Yep, right there, Flurkin. The meatballs, it does not have eggs, and it does not have milk, and it does not have soy.
Milk.
Oh, it does have milk. Oh, you can't have it if you have those allergies.
There's little eggs.
It does have eggs, and it does have milk, and it does have soy.
So it's a meatball.
So it's a meatball. It's a good meatball. It's a pretty solid meatball. I liked it. Here's the thing that I'm going to recommend, too, that you do. Go over to the kids section. I know it might feel a little plain. There's got the hot dogs. They got mac and cheese. These people know how to make a macaroni and cheese here at this restaurant. Let me tell you, it is cheese on cheese on cheese, and it has like the best of both worlds, like sort of like that creamy cheesy, but also it's been baked and there's like a layer of cheese on top of that. I really, really, really enjoyed that. Yeah, that's I feel like my entrees were good, and I thought they had a carving station of pork up there that I felt like I enjoyed as well. Man, I liked a lot of stuff here.
I ate a lot of food today. I think this is the most I've eaten, like in any dining review, I think. Because one, I love this place. I've always loved Biergarten. It's like a family staple for us. It's very nostalgic for me. My dad would bring us every single trip to come here and get food for lunch. So I'm a little biased, but it was a really good meal. I do like that there were so many like dairy-free options along the buffet line, and that's why these come in a lot of handy. So let's see. Just gonna go over really quickly. I did get salad, and I got that mustard dressing. Phenomenal. Loved it. If you're going to come here and get a salad at the beginning of your meal, make sure you get that mustard dressing. I also really enjoyed the macaroni salad. There's like peas in it. Some people might think that's weird. I think it's really nice. I liked it. Very, very good. When I first sat down, I did ask if I could get a plant-based brat and dairy-free butter, because those are things you have to ask for because they're available upon request, and both were good. I liked the butter. It went really well with the pretzel roll that I got, and the brat was like your basic one that you would get anywhere that sells a plant-based brat at Disney World, so it was fine. But I really did like the chicken. I like blackened chicken, and it was very reminiscent to like a blackened chicken. It was, like Rhino said, very seasoned. But I like that. I don't like a plain chicken. Who likes plain chicken? Not me. Let's see. Oh, did I get the roasted potatoes? I think I did. I got a lot of potatoes. I got potato salad, and then I got warm potatoes, and then there was another thing of potatoes. I didn't get the third potato. But anything potato I had was great. I highly recommend getting any of the potatoes that they have here. And then, let's see. I didn't go to the kids section, but there was nothing I could really eat there. But like everything was so good and fresh that I got. It's hard to think of. I did try the salmon, and I did like it. I thought it was good. I'm very like iffy with getting fish places. Salmon was good. I recommend that. I really do. And that roasted chicken, those were all both really good. Everything was good. I can't go over every little thing I ate, but everything I got was really, really good.
Everything was not good. So I'm just going to say that right up front. It's a buffet. Listen, it's impossible to get 100% of everything right, but there was more done right than there was done wrong. Like one of the misses for me was the sauerbraten. I love sauerbraten, and this was just not. It was not good. It was not cooked long enough, so it was just way too chewy. Not to my liking, but again, it wasn't really that much that I disliked. I did not like either the warm or the cold potato salads, because I like my potatoes, kind of sliced very thin, almost like scallop style, and these were like big, thick wedges. So it just didn't vibe with me, but that's okay. Everything else that I had, for the most part, I enjoyed. Not the salmon. I'll just say that too. The salmon to me was just like kind of a standard farm salmon with a little bit of that dill flavor in there, but not really what I want. I'm going to agree with Rhino and Erica. If you don't start with the salad and get the mustard dressing, the senf dressing, then you are doing it absolutely wrong. I will also recommend the noodle salad, the macaroni salad. I enjoyed that a lot. Like Rhino, just had that hint of mustard in there. I also enjoyed the gherkin salad, the cucumber salad. This was very dill heavy, and I do love dill. I just don't always love it on salmon. But with the cucumbers, it was cold, it was fresh, it was really delicious. As Rhino said, the cheese and beer soup mixed with the pretzel bread was a guaranteed winner. I also used the pretzel bread in the mustard dressing, and that was also nice. They do have a selection of mustard on the side that you could use for any of your meats or the bread, whatever, but I enjoyed the salad dressing, mustard, with my pretzel. The sausage, I believe it was bratwurst, and I'm not sure what the other sausage was, but grab both of them. They're accessible. It's not like the white sausage that kind of makes me sick. I dislike that a lot, but get some sausage, some sauerkraut, and just enjoy it. Please enjoy it. The meatballs were surprisingly tasty. Oh, the band's coming back, so I'm going to try to hurry through the rest of here because it's about to get very loud. Oh man, our timing was not great here, but now we got some background music. Maybe it'll make my voice a little bit more enjoyable for the first time ever. No, it's not. They're playing me off. There's so many people I want to thank. I want to thank John Magi for paying for this meal. I want to thank Corey Martin for always inspiring me. Anyways, The pork schnitzel, I love schnitzel as well. I'll make it at home sometimes. I'll order it out when I just, I don't want to go through the mess of frying chicken or pork. Again, this was pork schnitzel. It was a little overcooked too, but ultimately the red wine sauce that came with it, helped re-moisten it back up, and that ended up being very enjoyable. But yeah, if you just ate it by itself, it was really, really over-fried, really, really dry. Moving on to the dessert portion, I'm just now realizing I don't think our friends talked about dessert. I don't know why, because dessert I feel like was also a highlight. My favorite thing was the Bavarian cheesecake. It was really light. It was like a whipped cheesecake, but also like cakey with it too. Maybe it's because it felt so light after such a heavy meal. That's why I enjoyed it so much, but it hit the spot. There was also a really dense brownie that was super chocolatey that had just one pretzel on top. I don't think it's German in any way, but it was a good brownie. It was almost like flourless cake. It was that dense. It was so dense. The Black Forest cake, I will one day come to the realization that I don't like chocolate and fruit mixed together. I don't know why I keep trying it. The blueberry crumble cake was definitely a highlight. Blueberry with, just those extra crumbles and the powdered sugar. This was a really nice, if I had this with a coffee, I'd be like, dang, that's good. I like that. That's what Jackie Gailey would say too. Really good, guys. Apple strudel was a miss for me. I have been fortunate enough to make my own handmade strudel in Austria before, and I enjoyed that much more than this one. Yes, I sound like the most elitist a-hole in the world right now, but you know what? I am so lucky and so fortunate that I've been able to have a lot of this food in Germany and Austria. And you know what? Today, I feel like there was a lot of things that I had that brought me back to the couple weeks that I was able to spend in that region of Europe, and I enjoyed it. And speaking of that, the beer. If you can't decide which beer you want, luckily they do have a beer flight. You don't have to drink it all, so let's just put that out there. But the beer flight's $16.75, and it gives you 4 pours, 5 ounces each of the different beers that they have. The beers that they have is Beck's Pilsner. Don't get this. You can get it at every single grocery store in America. Just don't do it. The Vorsteiner Dunkel, if you like a good, thick, dark, malty beer, it'll do the job, but for me, that's too heavy. The König Ludwig Weissbier, that is what I would recommend. That's what our server recommended too, just because it feels the most authentic for this space, and it's probably the one you will find the least in the world. And then, of course, the Grapefruit Weissen, and I can never recommend to do that. It's a great radler, so if you want to stay low alcohol, go for that, but like a hot day, it's fine. But again, it's in like every grocery store now, so it's like when you have to pay $14 for a Bud Light at a concert. You're like, I could have 12 for the price of this one, so it's hard for me to get there. You can get the liter-sized beer for $17.75. It's like 2.5 beers, or you can get the half liter for $11.75. And then there's also a selection of German wines, white wines, red wine. Someone at the table actually got wine, so I'll let her talk about that. And then, of course, they do have non-alcoholic beverages, too. They have Spezi, which is a mixture of Coke and Fanta, then other Coca-Cola products, iced tea, coffee. They've got it all here. Why aren't you eating here now? You could have this entertainment.
We have moved outside because we felt like we were taking up that table for way too long. The show was happening for a second time, so it was time for us to get out of there. And there's beautiful weather outside, nice and chilly today here in Central Florida, so why not sit outside? Anyway, let's jump into my desserts. The actual dessert side of the buffet looked beautiful, but unfortunately there was not really anything for me to get there other than the berry compote, which I did get to pair with my gluten-friendly chocolate chip cookies, which are also dairy-free, and the rice milk crunch chocolate bar, which you can find at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party as one of your allergy-friendly snacks. They're both fine. Would I have preferred maybe a dairy-free homemade chocolate chip cookie? Yes. But they paired well with the berry compote, so I'm not mad about it. But I do want to talk a little bit about the wine that I got. I ordered one of the Rieslings. There are two, and one is sweeter than the other. I think the one I got was a little less sweet. Yes, the first word is lightly sweet. So I got the one that is lightly sweet with the green apple and citrus flavors, laced with acidity and some minerals from the steep slate slopes. God, try to say that fast. Not happening. But I love green apple.
Oh, God. Sorry.
Another bird.
Sorry.
I chose this one because I do love green apple, and I love when wines have a green apple like note in it, so I really did enjoy that. And for a glass of that, it is $13. If you want the whole bottle, it's $56. Now it's time for the rating portion of this. I love the Biergarten, okay? So ambiance, 10. I love the theming. I think it is the best themed restaurant at EPCOT, and the show. It's everything. And the cast members, every single one of them smiling. Loved it. Presentation and preparation, again, it's a buffet, so like it's hard to make things look beautiful, but I am going to give it a 9 because I think a lot of the things were placed nicely and everything seemed to be fresh out there. Quality and taste, I'm also giving a 9 because I really enjoyed everything that I got. I thought it was all like great quality food. All the vegetables were great. And everything tasted phenomenal. Service, Luke was amazing, okay? I'm giving him a 10. I wish I could give him 11. Before we left, he gave us all little to-go waters, and he didn't like smother us or anything, but he really, he just really took care of us really well with explaining, you know, some of his favorites and what's really authentic to Germany and giving us like little fun facts. I really, really enjoyed him with us at our table. He was great. Cost, I'm going to give it an 8. It is $49 for adults, and for once, I feel like I can say, I know there's been a few other places I've said this, but not recently. I feel like I got to eat for the amount that it was. Sometimes I feel like I can't meet up to that number. Today, I did. I ate a lot of food, so my cost is at an 8, because I think it was worth it, which brings me to a 46 out of 50, or a 4.6 out of 5.
Just want to talk about my desserts really quick before I give my wrap up. The blueberry crumble cake, I will agree with Craig. I thought that was really good. That might have been my favorite dessert, but I will disagree with him because I really enjoyed the apple strudel. Our server said he felt like it was the most authentic thing to like sort of German cuisine, and he told me to drown it in the vanilla sauce, and I did, and I thought it was pretty good. I haven't been to wherever Craig has been and handmade it with the Duchess or whoever he did that with, or maybe it was just Kylie, but like I feel like, I don't know, I was pleasantly surprised, and I feel like that's the sort of entire thing, that the whole vibe that was going for me today was pleasantly surprised. Like I haven't been here in, I don't know, years and years. I don't even think I worked for the DIS the last time I was here. So this was a really cool experience. I am going to give you my numbers for ambiance. I have it at an 8. I feel like it was today where we went in for lunch. It wasn't super busy. It was nice and calm. But when the band came out, I felt like there was the right amount of people like really participating, and I feel like that band really, really does a great job. Like normally, if you know me personally, you know that I actually hate live music that you're not knowingly going there for, which you would be knowingly going for this. But, and I feel like you can't really have a conversation while anything's going, and that's what you've gone out to go and do. But here it was like you could still talk, but also really enjoy what they were doing, and they didn't overstay their welcome. So I really liked that, and I liked their music, and I thought it was really cool, like the thing with the cowbells and the big old horns and the music and other things. Plus, I like the interior of the restaurant. I am a sucker for an indoor-outdoor situation. Like you go indoor and it looks like outdoor. Love that journey for me. So I give it an 8. Food preparation, I give a 7. I feel like when we first went up to it, there was it was starting to look a little like picked over, but like right when we came back, it was like refilled and a lot of stuff looked good. And it's one of those things. Eric already said it. It's a food buffet. You know, it's as opposed to, I don't know what other type of buffet, but it's a buffet. A Phoebe buffet. And here's the thing, you know, so I don't know that there's necessarily any like wow in there, but that was a 7. Quality taste, I give it an 8. Like I said, I didn't really have anything negative to say about the food. There was a cold potato salad. I thought I kind of agree with what Craig said about the potato wedges being like too thick for that, but I did enjoy the warm potato salad. I know he said he wasn't a huge fan of that, but there's no mistaking the service in there was phenomenal. From like checking in, but our server Luke was just next level. I'm gonna make sure to give him a cast compliment before we go anywhere because he was so friendly. He was so nice. He answered any questions. He didn't overstay his welcome either. A lot of not overstaying your welcome here. Big fan of that. My pinky's up with this microphone for some reason. I have cost at an 8. It is, I think it was $49 plus tax for an adult. And I you know, that it does sound expensive for a lunch, but I feel like I definitely got my money's worth in terms of the food that I had there. Obviously, the beer was an upcharge, but it was like fun part of the experience. I really feel like of the buffets that we've done recently, of the Fubi buffets, I definitely think this wasn't so much an Ursula and was more of a Phoebe. So I feel like it was definitely... It was enjoyable, and like I'm gonna remember this, and like I'm gonna have a really good feeling associated with it. So, and I feel like I roll that into the cost. So for me, this comes out to a 41 out of 50, a 4.1, which honestly I am surprised about. I don't know what I was gonna think of it, and I know that people can go either way, and a lot of people don't like meat or potatoes. It might not be your thing, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
A wise man once said that Biergarten is the embodiment of EPCOT, and that wise man is Rhino. And he said it just mere seconds ago before we started recording. And yeah, I could have re-recorded him saying that. I just didn't want to. I figured as long as I make sure that he was quoted properly, then that's all that mattered. So I don't know if I disagree with him on it. I think that Biergarten is a really special restaurant. I mean, it's right up there with San Angel Inn in Mexico in terms of giving you that feeling like you're only finding a place that feels like this in EPCOT. Maybe you're going to find better German food throughout, you know, the entire United States, throughout Germany. Yeah, of course. But in terms of the feeling that you get when you're in the restaurant, it's Disney magic. It's Imagineering at its best, just making you feel like you're completely immersed in the environment. And luckily, we had great company, we had great entertainment, we had great food. So it just ended up being a very memorable meal. It was already mentioned a couple times here, but the pricing was $49 per adult plus tax and gratuity. The lunch and dinner price is the same, so keep that in mind. You know, you think like, oh, dinner, that's going to be more expensive. No, it's the same price. So just, you know, go when you can get your reservation in. For children, it's $27 per child plus tax and gratuity. And I was trying to figure out how to like bring this up because honestly, the kids' options, you had the macaroni and cheese, you had the dumpling, you had peas and carrots, and you had the hot dog. And it's like, that's not really a great kids buffet when you think about like chicken fingers at Hollywood and Vine and some of the other options we've seen. But honestly, I feel like there's some stuff that's still accessible to kids in the regular buffet, like the Schnitzel, the schnitzel, the meatballs, thank you. There's a lot that I feel like kids can enjoy. And ultimately, when you throw in the entertainment with the band, I feel like you're getting to a point where, you know, you can justify that price for a kid. Yeah, it's not characters, but you do get that extra entertainment that I feel like you're not paying for it in the meal. It's just an added on bonus. And in terms of the band, they basically play like once each hour throughout the entire day. There's going to be a sign when you go to check in that will tell you the show times for that day. And you'll be able to, you know, figure out like, okay, I need to extend this meal a little bit so I make sure I see it. So definitely check that out or ask any of the servers that are inside. They'll be able to help you with it. But you know, you want to see the band in there. That adds to the overall ambiance. And as Rhino said, the feeling outside, inside, that also adds to the ambiance. It's so cool. I love that all the different regions of Germany are represented. Bayern, of course, is the best flag that is represented, but that's just my opinion. Bavaria, Rhino. Bayern, so it's okay. It's okay. I know you're more Irish than anything else,
Yeah, okay.
and I accept that. I accept it. But yeah, so for me, if I haven't made it clear here in the past couple seconds, I love the ambiance inside. It's a 10 for me. The food prep and presentation, I'm going to be a little harsher on because I felt like the buffet was half empty or more empty than that half the time. It felt like it just wasn't getting changed out enough, so I'm giving that a 6. The quality and taste, though, I feel like it was pretty much on point, so I'm going to give that an 8. Again, I only disliked a few things. I mostly liked everything, so yeah, 8 feels fine there. Service, a 10. Everyone was magnificent in here. Just first-class service. The real Disney difference, that got them over the hump. That got them from that 9 to the 10, specifically Luke. And the cost, I'm giving it a 9. Between the entertainment, the ambiance, the amount of food you can eat, it all adds up to a great deal. And I'm sorry, what, a beer, like your 20-ounce beer that you get out here is going to cost like $12, $13, something like that. Or you can go sit inside the restaurant and you can get a freaking liter of beer for $17.75 plus tip. I mean, come on, do the math in your head. I think it's overall a really great value. So that brings my total score to 43 out of 50, or a 4.3 out of 5. I feel like that's a solid score, one of the highest scores that I've given out in recent times. And between Rhino's 4.1, between my 4.3, Erica's 4.6, I think you kind of get in the message here. We really, really liked it, and I think we would all recommend coming to check out Biergarten here at EPCOT. Just do it. Do it already. But that's going to do it for this Disney dining review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support us more, book a vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel. Get a free no obligation quote today at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. If you were watching this on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave comments, questions, video suggestions in the comments section. If you were listening to this, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and if you can leave us a rating and review, do it. That's going to do it for us today here at EPCOT. We'll see you again real soon with another Disney dining review. Take care. Auf Wiedersehen.
Yummy, yummy.